Now we will look at the user screen within the system. This screen can be found under the Admin tab by selecting Admin and then Users. This follows the same basic structure as many of the other screens throughout the Rocket Claim system. At the top of the screen, you have a search option where you can type in, for example, a first name or an email and click search to filter the results below. We then have an Add New button where you can add new records to the user table. You have the ability to export all tables throughout the system by clicking this Export to Excel button, which will then create a table in Excel that you can further manipulate. And then below, you have a list, in this case, of all of the users that are currently built out in the system. You can kind of see some basic information by scrolling down and looking at the table, or you can click the magnifying glass view button to the left of a particular resource to open it and view it in more detail. Users are a simple concept of people within the system. All the detail that we have around adjusters, for example, are contained in a different entity called resources. You can view that video to see more detail about that. If you need to create a new user, you would click this Add New button. You would enter their basic information. I'm just going to call my person test user, give them an email address, phone number, whatever detail you want to include, and then you click the Create button. In this case, I guess I already have this email address, so it says something went wrong and it gives me an error message. You can only have one user per email address. Let's go ahead and create a different email. This time you can see the record was created successfully by this green indicator at the top right. It then brings me to this more detailed view of the user, which has multiple tabs. This is also the screen you would see if you had selected the magnifying glass option next to a particular record. It has their name at the top, the same information we filled out before. You have the ability to upload a profile image. You can then assign them roles. We have other trainings about creating roles and mapping permissions to the roles, but this is where you would decide if they are an adjuster, for example, you would select adjuster and move that over to the selected list. You can select multiple available roles for an individual as well, but they must be predefined roles to give them permissions throughout the system. This is called role-based access control. We also have this option as an admin to go and see the change password field where you can actually set their password directly, or hitting this password reset button will pull up a pop-up asking if you're sure you want to send the person an email. And if you click OK, it'll let you know that the user should receive a reset email or password reset email within the next few minutes. If you hit the go back button, it'll take you back to this list. And again, if we scroll down, you can now see my test user down below here.